Yeah. What's going on? Thought I would just pop up on here for a little bit. Shoot the shit. And if I'm needed, then I'm also here. You know. Sometimes people, they can't wait. You know, they just can't wait. So I'm just gonna give it a minute or two or three or four. I'm here maxing and relaxing, of course. I'm hoping you, one viewer, whoever you are, hope your Saturday, Sunday's going good. Depends. But yeah, lots going on today. We just also dropped a video on candle magic that you're definitely gonna want to check out. Where I basically give you the sauce. I really set that thing off, you know. So yeah, I'm just waiting here, enjoying this evening. A lot of shit going on. Everyone's protesting. And you know what? The slow boil has been in effect for quite some time, if we're honest. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like the shit's coming through the soil. Like the seeds have been planted from before, and now you're seeing all the bullshit. Everyone's coming straight with it. But yeah, got 2 in the house so far. We just got started. Make yourself comfortable. We got blunts and alcohol in the back. You know what I'm saying? Relax yourself. Tonight I should say, we will be doing some fortune telling. Yes, you can fortune tell. You're going off the person's energy. That's what you're doing. And depending on their energy, you can gauge it, and we can see what, for lack of a better word, timeline you're going to be on. Are you aligned with what you say, or are you not? Do we need to make some changes? Should we just proceed like we've been doing? So no matter what the situation is, also, a lot of people are going through relationship situations right now. And a lot of people are also going through different situations with their finances, career, and everything else. Everything else here is where we can dive into that. So, usually the way I do this, a lot of times to get warmed up, is if you'd like a message or a 1-card message, absolutely free. All you need to do is put a hand emoji in the chat, and that's it. And we'll get to you. But we have 4 minutes. Kyle Reedy. Okay, Kyle. First, thank you for your comment, for your questions. That's actually 2 questions. I tell you what, I might just donate one to you, right? But usually, what happens here, I'll tell you what. This is what we're gonna do, Kyle. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna take one question. Am I where I need to be right now? I'm gonna take that one. That's a nice, concise question. It could be a yes or no, and a lot of times, I will read between the lines too, so I'm not just going to give you a yes or no. I'll probably give you what else comes through. All right. But usually for the VIPers, though, this is how you get a specific question told. Okay. Just moving forward. The one card messages are absolutely free, and I don't know what the message is, and it's just kind of like whatever kind of comes through, you know. Empress Wu, what's going on? I am Empress Wu. You know I got to. That's why I get up. Woo woo. So Kyle, let's get into this, shall we? It's a good question. I really do feel like answering some questions. You know, I want to dive into some things. Right? Okay. So, Kyle, what I have you do, first of all, relax yourself. Make sure you're in a position where you can just relax for a second. That's all you need to do. All right. And let me just make sure this motherfucker's right. When you're ready, go ahead and just gaze into the eye. Okay. Almost like you're gazing through the eye. All right. And when you're ready, go ahead and just release all the tension in your stomach and basically allow your belly to come out and breathe for you and begin to breathe for you. And when that's happened, keep it going all the way up, all the way up. Fill them lungs. And when you can't fill them lungs no more, hold it for the count of 3, 2, and 1. Release it with a sigh. All right, we're locked in now. We're locked in now. I'm going to use my standard deck here for this one. And just allow me to give this a couple shuffles here. Once again, Kyle, thank you for your participation. I appreciate that. All right, Kyle. Now just give me 1 second to kind of zoom in. Is Kyle where he needs to be right now? Kyle Reedy where he needs to be right now. Is Kyle Reedy? Is Kyle Reedy where he needs to be right now? Is Kyle Reedy where he needs to be right now? Is Kyle Reedy where he needs to be right now? All right, I'm going to give this one more shuffle. We're ready. It's done cooking, Kyle. Okay. Now I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to give you, we're going to go with 5 cards on this one. Just give me a second here. All right, let me show you your cards. To start with, we have the Jack of Diamonds. We have the 9 of Diamonds. We also have the 2 of Clubs. You're in the middle of making a decision right now. Do you go left or do you go right? Is it up or is it down? Go forward or go back? 9 of Clubs reversed. And finally, the Jack of Hearts. So off the top, I'm going to tell you this, Kyle. Whether you know this or not, whether it feels like it or not, you actually are where you're supposed to be right now. All right. Let me just scan around a little bit. As I mentioned before, I could see one of the things here, this card in particular, which kind of falls in the heart of the matter spot in my spread here. Yeah. There's either a decision and or a conversation that you got to have. A very important conversation with someone. I don't know. I feel like there is a conversation, a much needed one. Either you got to say something, you got to get something off your chest, or whatever the case is. We haven't done that yet, but I encourage you to do that. This card also has been talking to me as well. All right. I feel like this is going a couple different ways, and mind you, I'm going to kind of be brief with this, Kyle, but um, I feel like there's somebody around you who's like taking from you. All right. Now, this can be in the form of energy, just like, hey, can you run me here? Maybe they're distracting you. Energy and focus and attention are all things of value. Diamonds represent things of value, right? So because this is reversed, I'm getting that there's somebody who's like, we'll just say codependent. I feel like there's a codependency type of vibe here. That's, I think that pretty soon you're going to end up shedding that. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel it has affected you thus far. The other thing, Kyle, we need to get a hold of our, sometimes from what I'm getting from you, you can kind of spiral, all right, into pessimistic, more negative Nancy type of thinking, right? That's what this card represents to me when it's reversed. And sometimes that can lead to paralysis to analysis, or even you talking yourself out of something that, like in your solar plexus and gut, like you feel like you should have did, but then your head starts getting involved, you know? There's either also going to be someone younger who comes through to you, or they act younger and they like sweep you off your feet, or you just get all smitten for them, right? And or possibly something having to do with a baby here or a child. All right. Let me see, just a moment. Okay, so the 9 of diamonds right here, I feel like also one of the reasons why you're asking that, because prior to this, maybe not even too long ago though, I'm not saying that you were rich or you're not rich. I don't know. But I could see here how you were feeling about a particular situation. For example, let's just say maybe you're working somewhere and they give you a new office, or you get your own office, and like you feel rich, and it's like, well, you know. So that's what this card often speaks about as well. All right. But I do feel like you are going through, you know, some changes. There's definitely some shifts and changes going on. And once again, you just need, in my opinion, the only thing I would do a little bit more of maybe is just keep tapping more into yourself, as far as, because there is something right now on the fire right now. There is something right here. I feel like there's definitely, like, I would almost say this might even be a major decision of some kind. It feels major to me, you know. But just once again, to recap, are you where you need to be? Yes. Because where you need to be is going, the next step is going to get you to the next step, to the next step. So you actually are, like, you're definitely where you need to be at this very moment. But that's what I have for you. So Woo, what's been going on? How is your tooth? Hey, side Dutch, man, it's been so long. Shit, how you been, stranger? And Kyle, I'm not tripping if it like didn't make any sense to you in this very moment. It will. So you tired, huh? Yeah, heard that. Now's the time to relax. Hopefully you're relaxing. Hopefully you're relaxing. Will was probably making dinner or something. Sai, where you at again? I think you're on the East Coast, right? You on the East Coast? And can somebody let me know? I put a little background. They got like stock bullshit ass music on here, so I just put that a little something in the background. Is it too loud? Is it, you know, for 2 hours, then back to there? Oh, you're a flight attendant, right? Or are you just like businesswoman, business goddess? Oh, you're in Atlantic City. Okay. You need to put one in a slot then for me. I'm telling you, put one in a slot somewhere. Of course, allow your gut to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Your solar plexus to be like, yeah, this one, that one. And a fine flight attendant you are. I salute y'all. Y'all got to deal with a gang of shit. I definitely salute y'all. I'm gonna guess United. Nah, don't even say. Don't even say. Don't even say. Yeah. Yeah. All right, mom. Atlantic City. Is it like all storming and shit over there, or is it like decent, or like what's it looking like over there? Is it dead? Is it popping? I seen some flight attendant make a TikTok and she was like, things to do when you're gonna fly. It's cold. Oh, okay. She was like, whatever you do, like, she's not saying dress like a bum, but she's like basically saying like not to like don't just wear shorts and a little tank top or something on the flight. Like wear something that's gonna cover you. Like, cause she's like, you don't want to be touching these seats, bro. She was just saying this shit is like super disgusting. Like you really honestly don't want to be touching these seats, like with your skin and stuff. You know, on a 5-hour layover. Oh wow. Is that true? Okay. Well, if you're giving me the big facts, I'm gonna go with it. I'm definitely gonna go with it. That's crazy. Yeah, and during the video that she made, and she was saying about this shit, she's playing clips, and they show people taking their goddamn shoes off on the plane and shit, like their bare feet, just like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, but she basically was doubling down on like how disgusting, as far as just like you really don't want to be touching anything. It's hella nasty. I feel you. Feel you. Yes, that's what she was saying. Well, after that video, I was surprised. I definitely was. I was like, wow. She went off to name like several things, you know. I'm trying to figure out if she said something about if you can, like, don't eat on the plane either. Like, don't eat the food from there or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I just remember that one. She was like, when you're going to get on the plane, don't come in no shorts and tank top or no shit like that. Make sure you got something on you and you got pants and you got your shoes on or whatever. And, you know, even the FAs are nasty. Oh, wow. Oh, you got to spill a little bit of the tea. Like, just give me one thing about the flight attendants. Just one thing. I can imagine that they cut a lot of corners there too, you know. Now you got me curious. Like, come on now, give me the goods. Because they don't wash their hands. Oh. Ew. They touch trash, then your food. Oh, wow. Damn. Uh, that really doesn't surprise me though, because like so many people are nasty. Whether they work in a restaurant, whether they're flight attendants, like so many people are just nasty, but also like lazy in a sense, because it takes an amount of laziness to not want to wash your hands, right? Oh, that's the other thing she was talking about is the ice, that damn ice. They dropped that ice scoop and uh and like how do y'all usually do it? Like, do you work like 2 3 days pretty much kind of like in a row with these weird layoffs and stuff like that, and then you have a certain amount of time off? Or do they have you like basically in the air almost a week or two at a time and stuff? I guess it also depends, or I don't know. I'm sure you could. I don't know if you can choose like, yeah, I'll take that shift on that flight or not. I don't know how that works. You called in sick yesterday? Oh, well, I won't tell. Nah, I mean you gotta use your sick time, right? I mean they what are they saying, like a lot of people may lose their like social security and shit like that. Angie Will, what's going on, Angie Will? Come on in. We're just chatting it up here, bro. Doing some reads and chatting it up. If you'd like also, if anyone here would like a one card spirit message, absolutely free. You can just drop a hand emoji in the chat. I'll get to you. Oh, you're on vacation tomorrow? Shit, that's right. You need to take all the sick days and if you're as long as you're getting paid for it, like you might as well. I don't get why people do that. I actually like to hear that. There's no rules. I mean, if something happened to you, they'll replace you like that. Like you need to take your sick days if you need to. Like I'm sick of this fucking job. That's my sick day. My sick day is I'm sick of this fucking job. So boom. I don't. I was asking her what airline, but then I was like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I think I know, but she may not want to say, and I respect that if she don't. But yes, event. Angie, Will, where are you at? I will. I get it, Si. I get it. I get it. It's not a problem. I think I already know what it is, but yeah. You just left Spirit. Is it true, Angie? Is it as bad as they say? I mean, everybody rags on Spirit. Oh, you in the team? Oh, wow. They said Spirit is like the worst. I've never been on Spirit. Oh, you just quit. Were you a flight attendant? How crazy is that? Two flight attendants. What are the odds? What are the fucking odds? I gotta go with the sky goddesses. That's what it is. Damn. No, I don't even know what Wookle. Oh, I worked in operations. Oh, I see. Okay. Politics and bullshit was too much, huh? Hey, if it's costing you, like, if you too stressed out over some shit, it's gonna fuck with your health and that of your mental health as well. Since that's like it's like a buzzword now, but it's not because it's legit. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Angie, were you driving around one of them things? I see him whipping around inside the airport. Angie was driving, she was whipping it. That's what she was doing. It was the employees. Any place that you work. Wow. Yeah, any place that you work is like, it's a very delicate ecosystem. If the management is all fucked up, it's fucked. If you got to work with somebody that you fucking cannot stand, eventually it's gonna be fucked. You know, it's a lot of excess stress. You know. I do also see why some places hire based off of not just like your resume and all that, but like how they're gauging you as far as would you fit into our ecosystem or our culture or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's crazy. I could see Spirit being very stressful too. I mean, I'm sure they all are. You know, everyone's always ragging on Spirit, like the planes themselves. I don't know. I'm gonna lose my oh yeah, there you go. See, I'm gonna lose my freedom and go to jail or quit. And she chose to quit. Yeah. You'll land on your feet somewhere real fast, you know. And sometimes when people quit, they need to decompress for a second and then go get something else or let something else find you, you know. Yeah, if it was that bad, then yeah, you definitely don't need to be there. Matter of fact, Angie, I applaud your boldness and audacity, you know what I'm saying? They have the newest planes, they're just not comfortable. Oh, okay. I got a job 5 hours later. See? And I didn't even know that, but I knew that. I didn't know that you already got a job. Damn, shit. I feel behind now. All right. That's what's up. See, show them how to do it, Angie. Show them how to do it, Angie. Show them how to do it, Angie. That's what's up. You don't like it, leave. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of there. For anyone else tuning in, we are doing live fortune tell reads. So if you'd like a one card spirit message, absolutely free, go ahead and put a hand emoji in the chat. Or if you have a specific question in which you want to dive deep into right here, right now, make you VIP. You just want to follow this right here. Okay. So yeah. Are you still in the airline business, Angie? Did you, or is this going to be something totally different? That's funny because when you said I got a job 5 hours later and Side Duchess is talking about yes, ma'am. By my clock, it says 11:11 on there. 11:11, 11:11. Totally different. Okay, that's what's up. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yes, that is what is up. I like that. If it ain't working for you, you did something about it, boom, 5 hours later. Ain't missed a goddamn beat. How have I been? I've been phenomenal. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. Yeah, I've been fantastic. Shit, you know. plotting, planning, working on some things. I'm about to bust out, but you know me, Angie, I got you. But you know, until it's done cooking, I've learned to keep my mouth shut. But everything else is, you know, living life. You know what I mean? All right, let's just put you up on here with your little pink hand. See? All right. Angie, go ahead and just take a relaxing breath, right? Refreshing, grounding breath. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure that your arms and legs are not crossed just for this brief time. I mean, if they was, I'll still get through. You know what I'm saying? But like, just to make sure everything's optimal. Well, the spirit and not the plane. What is the message? This is also more so like a, I consider this kind of like a magic. This is like a screenshot of something from the very near future for you. I don't know what it is, but if it's coming through, it's coming through for me. Spirit says, we want you back, Angie. Come back. The manager's got to work overtime now because you fucking quit. All right, let me just give it a couple shuffles here, Angie. I'm going to cut it right in front of you so you can see this. All right. One more shuffle, then we're going to cut. Let's see what we got. All right. All facts, show me what I need to relay to her. This one card message. All facts, no cap. Thank you. And I'm going to go like this. Okay, Angie. You know what the ace of hearts be talking about, right? Just give me a second. I got to plug my phone in too. Just a moment. Angie, I know you probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't. All right. Twofold. You're going to meet somebody new, and there could be the beginning. It looks actually like it could be somewhat promising just off of this. Just off of what I'm getting. All right. Now, of course, I hope that you just allow it to be whatever it's going to be. All right. But here you go. This is yours right here. As well as I got this little thing about you starting something that you're also passionate about. All right. Has lots of this in it. All right. So it could be a new passion, something that you discovered that you never knew that you're passionate about, or something that from before, a long time ago, maybe something that you relatively forgot about, but it's like you're rediscovering it now with a new mind, a new eyes, a new you, and it's almost like a new passion to you. But it could be old but new, but that's the other side of this message too. So mark my words. But that is what I have for you. But yeah, you got something coming up, Angie. All right. Let me just plug this shit in. Angie gonna meet somebody. Who knows? I just have to fucking be strolling through fucking Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Hard eyes, phone. All right. You know how that shit can happen. All right. Mark my words. And you better bring your ass back here and say, Shango, you did say that, man. I didn't believe you. I thought maybe you was kind of crazy or something. What? Yeah. That's you, though. This is like a new beginning for you, you know? This is like a new beginning, and it's very apropos that you got an ace, which is a new beginning of something, you know? So Don't be scared. Sai, you know me too long to be like that. Come on now. Ain't nothing to be scared about. And like I always say, if you do hear something that you don't like, you change your energy, you change the outcome. None of this shit is set in stone. You know, this is all based off of your energy. And based off your energy, you're on a particular trajectory, right? So depending on the energy, it's going to depend. You change the energy, now you change the whole fucking trajectory. Or, in other words, you done change to another timeline in which there might be slight differences, there might be major differences, you know? There you go. That's it, mom. Is that, were you from, did you, Angie? IG, Angie? Okay, Sai, go ahead and just relax yourself. I know are you in the hotel or wherever you're at? Just make sure you're somewhere you can just kind of be relaxed. Make sure your arms and legs ain't crossed. Okay. Only reason I asked you, Angie, because there was this one chick. Her name was also Angie, if I'm not mistaken. And she did the Saint Expedite ritual, and she just kept, like, almost for a year, asking me questions about the fucking ritual. I'm like, girl, man. I mean, I get it. Like, if you got questions, that's how you get them answered. You ask, right? But wow. Okay. Now go ahead and just take yourself side. Just a nice, refreshing, grounding breath. You know, nice and slow. Not rushed, not forced. Let it. Just let it. That's all you gotta do. It's the message. What is the card? I need to relay the sign. All facts. All facts. What is the message? I need to relay the sign. What's the message? I need to relay the sign. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're gonna cut this like that. Here's your card. Sigh. Just give me 1 second, because Alright, I gotta go with that one. I feel like there's somebody who's about to show up. Somebody that you were infatuated with. Maybe they turned out to be a fuck person or a fuck boy, right? But I definitely got this card, and that's, like, honestly the stronger of the two. The other part is, I feel like there is somebody moving towards you as well that you may look at them through the rose-colored glasses at first, but I'm trying to, like, think of the way I can tell you that you're going to be able to identify this person. Matter of fact, it may even feel familiar because they have because you know why? And I'm not saying that that's all you deal with or that's whatever, like, I'm not saying that, but I know that you are familiar with the fuckboy aura, right? So the person coming to you is also going to have the fuckboy aura, which is going to pay attention to yourself. Like, you'll notice maybe unconsciously also, even on like a more of an unconscious level, that you're, like, attracted to this person. You'll be like, or you might be like, for some reason this person seems kind of familiar. And since they seem kind of familiar, that can be also attractive because it kind of gives you a sense of being safe, but it's just the familiarity because you've known this particular kind of archetype from before. All right. But the first thing I got with this is there's going to be someone that is popping right back the fuck up. So don't fold. I would suggest you, I can't tell you what to do. I can only advise. But I would suggest that you don't fold. All right? As tempting as it may be. And I mean, don't even, like, bust it open. Okay? Because like when you ain't seen somebody in a while and you don't know kind of like what the haps is with them, what they've been doing, you don't know what they could be now interjecting also into your system as well. Plus, whoever that you have had a hard time with, or I sense that this person that's returning, I feel like that person maybe kind of took a little piece out of both sides, So you've done what you had to do to kind of like get over this, move past this. Like, I wouldn't go throwing alarm clocks in the graveyard. Let's put it that way. All right? You got this, girl. You got it. All right? Yeah, I wouldn't. They're coming back. They're coming back. It may even be somebody that has been. I wouldn't be surprised if this person more recently has crossed your mind or will cross your mind. And it's going to kind of be, you're going to notice it too if it happens, because you're going to be like, now why the fuck did I just think of you? I know exactly who you're talking about. See, folks, we only look. She knows, and you can feel it. Just be careful. Just be aware. That's really what it is. Just stay aware. Stay in the driver's seat. Stay aware. Stay present. I feel like if you kind of like give in and just be like, well, I could just go for a little taste. You know what I mean? Just a little taste, a little bump. That's how it always begins, though. Yeah, and you're gonna make that face too when you got to tell yourself, no, no. That's gonna be you. Anyone else just tuning in, if you'd like a 1-card pull, it's like a snapshot from your near future, because we're fortune telling here. All right, go ahead and drop a hand emoji in the chat if you have a specific question that you want to dive into from a fortune telling perspective. All right, then you want to go right here and just become a VIP right the fuck now. All right, that's what you want to do. We're going to take you in the back. We got all the refreshments. Got these comfortable beanbag chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be lounging. Sai, you got this, Sai. You got this. A lot of times these people come back around and it's like it's you testing you. Like, are we ready to move to the next level, right? Of whatever that is. And it's like, okay, oh, you ready, right? Oh, you ready? Okay, that's interesting. Send in the X. Send in the X. Yeah. You got it, though. And you know what? Even if we slip up and we fall, so what? Guess what? You know what we do? We just get up and we got to dust ourselves off again. And that's just it. So either way, you got this. Either way, you got this. And I know you're probably going to hear that too in your head. You're like, well, Shango said even if if we kind of slip up, then so maybe I could just take that little bump. I could just get a little bit, just a little taste, just a little taste, please, just a little taste. Yeah. I am a believer in burning whatever the fuck it is out of your system. Some people want to try and resist. They want to try and suppress or repress shit. It's better to just fucking like Burn it out of your system to where it's like you're free from it. However that is, you know? I mean, yeah, sometimes you do have to, like, you know, obviously resist or whatever, but, or just control yourself, you know? But I'm talking about them desires in life that can bind us to this life if we don't ever get to, if we shoulda, coulda, woulda things too much, you know? Sometimes we just got to get up, you know? Just got to get up in there and burn it out, you know? And once it's burnt out, like, you're free of that, you know? A lot of the ancients speak about that too. Like, you don't want to come back here, like, make sure you burn all the shit that you're attached to, burn all that shit out until you're not attached to it no more. Like, do it till the wheels fall off, till you're done. Just do it. He has a hold and he knows it. I need a cord cutting ritual. I can give you like a simple one right now. Mind you, more than likely, just based off of even the way that you stated that sentence right there, you're probably going to have to do this at first a few times, you know, because when we remove the cords, see, you can cut or you can remove the cord. What I do is I remove the cord. You know what I'm saying? When you cut it, it is kind of, it's like a weed. What happens if you just cut a weed? If you don't like pull it out, you know what I'm saying? It just grows right back. So, but what you can do is you can take, okay, like you can go to like any grocery store. I think it's like more so in the baking section. And you can buy a little pack of already broken up walnuts. And what you want to do is you want to boil the walnuts. All right. This is the more advanced kind of, it's got more steps. But I will tell you at the end of this how you can just distill it, like, you know. But if you want to add a little bit of oomph to it, so what I've done in the past is I'll go to the grocery store and like in the baking section or wherever they got, like, you know, the little fucking different the different kinds of nuts, okay? And you want to get some walnuts. All right, I like them already broken up. And you put them walnuts in, you put them in some water and you just boil them for about 2 hours, right? Then you're gonna like obviously filter out all the walnuts and you just have this like kind of brown water from the walnuts. You're gonna put that in a bath. All right. You're gonna want to at least bathe for 15 minutes. And you are, with this one especially, you're definitely gonna want to have to dip your head. Okay? Because you want to get everything. You want to make sure everything. All right. But essentially, and you can just do this step without the walnuts if you wish to make it simple. All right. What I like to do is I will kind of like sit in a bathtub. For some reason, water just, when I do this kind of thing, water just, I don't know, it just goes. I don't know. For you, it might just be sitting in your hotel room. You can do this anywhere. All right. Okay, well then, you know, do it. Do your thing. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. You already know. All right, so what you're going to do is you're just going to take your hand and you choose what hand you want to use. All right. Whatever hand feels the best to you. Right. I know that is what she said. But so what you're going to do is you're going to start to scan. All right. You're going to just start to scan. First, you're going to relax a little bit. And then you're going to call to mind this person that you want to remove the cord from. All right. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take your hand. I like to use the hand. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know, it adds another dimension to it. Once again, you probably don't even have to use the hand. All right. But you're going to scan, you're going to scan your body, specifically this area right here. And somewhere you are going to feel something. I mean, there's a lot of different ways it can be expressed, but you will know that that's where the attachment is at. And what you do is you just enact it out, like seriously, like, because you're working with energy. So like, you just literally yank that motherfucker out. You're right. Nice and even pace, not like too, you know, you're removing it. And you'll be surprised. Now, when you remove the cords, a lot of times the person who is attached to the other side, they're going to want to try and hook it back into you. So they're going to know that you removed it on a subconscious level. They're going to know that. All right. But essentially, that's all you really have to do. And just have that clear intention, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking this. That's it. You know, and like I said, depending on how many cords we may have, some of us look like Dr. Octopus and shit with each other. We just attached. Yeah, they can feel the disconnect. Literally, like, I swear to God, and Angie, you can probably back me up on this. It's like they know almost like the moment, oftentimes, when something happened, you know. All of a sudden, are you okay? I just, you know, or you get a text, are you okay? I just crossed my mind. I just, you know, it's like, you fuck. Now I got to do it again. Fuck. But that is the most simplistic way. That is the most simplistic way. And I have found a lot of times, most of the time, the most simplest shit is often like the most powerful and the most effective. Because if it's simple, then you can also do it whenever you need to do it. You know what I'm saying? I would also, I want to add this too, Sire, and to anybody else if you see this, whatever. But once you pull the cord, the last time I did this, I just covered myself in, I don't know if you've ever heard of the violet flame, but it pretty much torches fucking everything. So you just imagine like a violet flame coming out of your third eye and just kind of like surrounding you, filling up your aura, and it just burns everything. See, Sai, I know you've seen this in the comments, but Angie's little fine ass. But look, yes, they know instantly the key is not to go back because it is stronger. See, that's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. And a lot of people think just because you pull the cord that now it's going to be easy, when in fact, it's going to be harder now. Because now they're going to be like really yanking on the shit. Even if they're not planning on fucking with you, they want to know that they still got you, or that. And a lot of this, most of this happens on an unconscious level. So best believe you're going to see that motherfucker in a dream. Also. And that's when it's going to get even more intense. That's how you know your cord cutting is working, is when you really feel like you're about to fucking fall back onto to get impaled again. Like, that's when you need to be vigilant as fuck right there. Because that's the point where it's like about to be abolished, about to be banished. But before it's banished, it gets even more intense. I would say maybe, I'd say like 3 cups. 3 cups of, like, especially if you can get them already broken up. You know how they sell them in the bags that are like, they're already in case you want to put them in like brownies or some shit, you know? So you could just put like a couple like three cups of that. Or like 2 cups should be fine. All right, so as soon as you break that, they are coming. Oh, fuck yeah. They gonna come. And the pool is what's really like, oh, like most people, that's where they fold. That's where they fold. Because that 3 hey, if you feel my head, 3 garbage bags of crushed walnuts. Just go and bury yourself in some walnuts, you know? That's when it gets the worst right there. It's you know what? It's exactly like if you've ever seen a junkie kick, it's exactly like that. The worst part is always last. That's the worst part. Your mind will try everything to make it make sense why you should. Just one more time, you know? But that's the difference that makes the difference, you know? Like the walnuts, the bath, even this technique, they're just all tools, you know? But, and they do what they're supposed to do, but then we have to do what we're supposed to do too. Like, if we're going to do that, I would suggest not doing that yet until like, unless your mind is really made up. If your mind is really made up, go ahead. If you have decided. And I was researching the origins, the etymology of the word decide, and essentially it means to fucking lop off, to literally cut off. You're not leaving yourself no other option. Yeah. Because until you're that serious, it's just we're just basically we're just doing like spiritual masturbation, kind of. That's all we're doing. Unless you're like serious, you know. That little last part right there, that's a tip just to save you some time, you know. But you know, sometimes people will do it and then they'll have a relapse, and then when they do it again, they already know because they're like, I already relapsed before, and somehow it just pushes them to go all the way through, and they actually do it. So we can use a relapse to actually fuel our success as well. Yep. It's definitely. Yep. Exactamundo. Exactly. Because that's going to take you also to a whole other level when if you can figure out, or if you're not figuring out, you already have it. It just comes to your awareness, right? So if you can somehow make that space to where give yourself the space to where it's like it can come to your awareness and show you, what am I getting out of this relationship, especially if it's like some kind of codependent situation, or you know, because even if it's all negative, you're still getting, there's still a payoff for you. It's not going to make logical sense, but there's still a payoff there, which is why so many people can be in situations that they fucking hate. It's not comfortable, but it's familiar, right? So it's like, what is the payoff of me being in this fucked up relationship? Or what is the payoff of, you know, and you don't want it to come from here. It's not a heady thing. You'll know, you know what I'm saying? You got this. That was a great question, though. That was. For those of y'all just tuning in, we are doing also live reads. If you'd like to get your own snapshot of sometime in the near future, right? I don't know what it is. It's a one card fortune tell. Then you could put a hand emoji in the chat. I will be happy to do that. It's absolutely free. But if you already want to know about a specific situation, circumstance, whatever in the near future or future related, then this is what you want to do. That right there. That will put you in the VIP section. And then I'll put you on the Wall of Fame, and we're going to go all the way in. We're going to go to the back of that. Okay? We're going to touch the back of that. All right? Spiritually speaking, of course. It's PG-13. Yeah. Don't tell me he's a pilot side. No, I'm fucking with you. Hold on real quick. Let me see here. That. All right. We got about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So there's a couple Lurkeishas here also. Lurkeisha, you might as well get a fucking card. You're here already. You might as well put a hand emoji in the chat. Okay? You might as well. Don't worry about getting your girl juice all over the phone because you know your fingers. All right? That explains it. Uh-huh. Come on and sample the product, Lurkeisha. Stop being a little bitty bitch. All right, just put your hand emoji in there. I'm in the mood. You know, catch me in the mood. All right, I'm in the mood. Shit. So he's traveling all over the fucking place, and you're traveling all over the fucking place. Unless he's, I don't know, I don't follow baseball, but yeah. Well, peace of mind, heart, and clarity to you, sire. For thou shalt need it. Lurkeisha, don't make me ask you again. Put your fucking hand emoji in the chat. All right. Why? Because you want me to do this for you. All right. Go ahead and bust your little nut first and then do it. All right. So, all right. You did charters for MLB and oh, okay. I want to ask you something, but I don't expect you to answer publicly though, because it's one of them. But were you with somebody when you met this guy? I'm gonna say the question, but you don't have to answer that. That's a highly personal thing. So. Lurkeisha, if you'd like a one card message, okay, it's actually a fortune tell. It's a one card fortune tell, right? Absolutely free. It's like a psychic hors d'oeuvre, straight for your palate. Go ahead and put a hand emojis. See, the kid's on fire today. He's on fire right now, okay? It's on and popping right now. If I was you, I'd be that VIP. I'd get my question in there right now because I'm going to be gone in about 10 minutes. And guess what? Hey, it strikes when it strikes. You know, the heart wants what it wants. Which I can't cast no stones. I've been so I cannot cast no stones. Yes. Let's see here. How about this, Lakeisha? I'll just come out. Lakeisha, this one's for you. All right. Now, go ahead and keep, I know you like to fiddle your skill while looking at my face. That's fine. Okay. Why don't you just slow down a little bit? Okay. Breathe a little bit. All right. Either way, that's what you say. That's what you say. But all right, Lakeisha, I'm just gonna do this because sometimes I just gotta impose my will on you. You know what I'm saying? What's the word for Lakeisha? What is the word for Lurk-isha? What is the word for Lurk-isha? All right, and we're gonna cut it, Lurk. Well, this makes sense, Lurk. 4 of spades. Lakeisha, you know what's going on with this? They call it self-sabotage. They do. Which is why you are Lakeisha. Okay? When you accept it and face it, it shall free you. And for those of you who don't know, yeah. Either way. When you say something like that, though, this is the last thing I'm going to say on that. That's your mind talking. But your heart, and with all due respect, your hot pocket, they're saying something else. They're saying something else. Hey, we get those around here. You know what I'm saying? They just like to, they're fiddling they skittle in the mix while they're watching the kid do his thing. And I'm like, you have a chance to get like a free read. And they're like, oh no, just look at the camera again. Oh, hey. Boom. And I feel used again. What's new? But Lakeisha, I don't want you to experience any kind of health problems. I don't want you to experience any kind of regression, injuries. It's very crazy work, Angie. Welcome to my world. It is. Anyone in this business knows that sometimes we get, we get our share. We get our share. Yeah. My chat shall not be the Instagram of fucking YouTube. You understand, Lakeisha? I figured so, Angie. I figured so. Then I already know that well, yeah, you'll take the money, but at some point, sometimes you even want to refuse the money because it's like you're going to ask the same stupid questions about the same dirty dick ass. You're gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Is we're not getting anywhere. You know, at some point in time, like when you're receiving money for services and things, you want to make sure that the person is getting the value out of that too. You know what I'm saying? And it can be difficult sometimes, you know. But then there's the other side of it, because I'm a Sag, I can see all sides. So I'm like, well, you want to give me the bread, and I'm here. I am offering you my best service. I'll always do my best for you. But if you want to just fucking do that bullshit, like do the same shit, ask the same fucking question. But eventually I get to a point where, yeah, even that is like, nah, I'm good. I done referred people, like, you know what? I think my friend would be, I got one of my constituents, they would probably be better off with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do that fuss shit no more. That's why I stopped doing personal reads like as a service. Every once in a while, I'll crack open the door and be like, look, the first 3 or 5 of you who want to whatever. And they always fill up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm good off of that. After the 3rd, 4th, 5th one, like, I remember why I quit, why I stopped. You know? For me, anyways. Some people, like, they can do it, like, for years and years and years and years and years and years, you know? I've been doing it for, like, I don't know how, last 10, 12, 13 years. Yeah, I'm good as far as on that. Maybe it's the Sag in me. I get bored doing the same shit. I need to do different things. I like, you know. And Lurkeisha's still here. You know what I'm saying? Just, have you seen a hand emoji in the chat? I haven't. You know what I'm saying? It's all right though. Lurkeisha, I love you too. All right. How did you start off in this, Angie? Tell me. Lurkeisha, listen. You're going to end up frying that thing out. Okay? You're either going to desensitize her or you're going to oversensitize her. All right? You're going to get the jitters when your underwear rubs against her. Okay? She's going to be oversensitive. All right? Relax. Okay? Well, Ash, hey. I don't know who Ash is, but hi, Ash. Why, hello. I'm sure she's as fine as you too, Sai. Always did a form of it in church. Let's see. What kind of church? What kind of church is that? It's demonic. That divination is demonic. I love how they always say that shit. Don't suffer a witch or a necromancer or a fortune teller, you know, all this stuff. But yet in another part of the Bible, they're casting lots. Umum and Thurum. Umum and Thurum. That's their divination that they was doing. They're casting lots, dice, to fortune tell in the Bible. Yeah. They call it prophecy. Well, yeah, same shit. Yeah, same shit. Same shit. But if it isn't labeled with their brand on it, it's demonic. It's demonic. You know, I usually I don't give a fuck, but sometimes I gotta go off on some of them in the comments just because it'll be like a cool video, and there's always a couple of them that come in there, right? It'd be on some like super demonic fucking whatever shit I'm kind of geeking off of at the moment, and then they're Jesus Christ is King. I'm like, well then go watch some Jesus Christ shit. Why the fuck are you here? I'm convinced you Christians and especially you Christians, y'all are obsessed with us. Y'all are fucking obsessed with us. You watch more demonic shit than you do Jesus shit. You don't see something wrong with that? Like, something's not right with that. Yeah. Well, and also depending on where you at, right? Because a lot of times, like a lot of the old ways have always been in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will secretly do hoodoo. They will secretly do, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, last call for those who may want to indulge themselves into a glimpse into their future, because we're fortune telling here. Okay, that's specifically what we're doing. Why? Because if you like it, then keep doing what you're doing. Look at me like a blood test or a diagnostic machine that you hook up to your car, right? If there's something off, I can pick up on it, you know, and we can correct that. If not, and you're A-okay, keep going. It's that simple. Yeah, definitely. And that's why they're so intertwined, because back then, obviously, they had, you know, they had to hide they had to hide everything either in church or behind saints, or else what? They'd be killed. You know, so that's a part of the game. That's a part of the game. Yep. Did you ever, hey Angie, did you, when I was in the church, I was an usher, I laid hands on people, I healed people, did all that shit. Did you have to go through like any kind of spiritual warfare class? Hey, you got a question? What you got, sir? I had to take this spiritual war protocol class a long time ago. And I remember them talking about this spirit of Python. And it's like, now that I done studied and worked and continue to study and work with Kundalini, I'm like, oh, so you're suppressing the Kundalini with this shit. That's what this is like. Okay. They call it spirit of Python. Then again, you know, spirit of Python, Leviathan, you know. I was more intrigued by the spirits. I just reached a point where I just knew that this was not the end all be all. I just know there's more. This can't be it. Even before I had knowledge of self, like I still knew, you know, like this is not it. There has to be more than this. This is fucking foolery. All right. This is just ridiculous. This cannot be it. This is not it. Yeah, exactly. Everything, like, everything is demonic. Yoga is demonic. Meditation is demonic. I'm like, why the fuck is meditation demonic? You're just getting to know your own fucking mind. Because, like, if you're not there, like, a demon can come into you. Like, do you even know what a demon, what a demon actually is? Like, I've had psychics randomly come up to me and tell me things that were on their spirit. Always ends up being true. Why is that? Well, I mean, maybe they felt compelled to. It could be that, depending on your type of aura also, because there's different kinds of auras. We all have different kinds of auras. Your aura is like your light fingerprint. The same way your physical fingerprint is a 1 of 1, your aura is also a 1 of 1. That's your light fingerprint, right? Or your, I guess you could say your frequency, your energetic signature. But what we're really saying is a fucking fingerprint. It's you, right? So there could be some auras are more open, to whereas people feel really drawn to you. Some auras are more dense and will repel in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more so, or they'll like intimidate people more, and they're not even trying to. It's just the aura it's something to do with the aura. I walked away from the church after 34 years. Oh fuck, that's a long time to be in that shit, bro. A long time. It never turns off. You have to get the message off you. When it's your life, you always get messages. All day long, every day. All day long, every day. But, Sai, there could be a number of reasons why that is. You may have a particular fondness for that kind of thing. And so if it's happened more than like once or twice, like for the average person, just for it to happen once is kind of like very rare. Unless you're at a place like, let's say, a carnival or some shit, and there's like some carnies walking around. Yeah, of course they got a message from spirit for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get some money. But if they're just like, if you're just out somewhere random in all these different random places, different parts of the world, and it still happens to you or whatever, like, yeah, it's crazy. So they'd have you, I was in a non-denominational too. Matter of fact, my pastor at the time I had two, it was a husband and wife, but the wife was more, everyone came to see the wife because she was the prophetess. So like she'd read your fucking mail. She could read your mail. I'll give her that. She don't think I know though that she's a witch though. She's a witch. But she could read people's mail, and people would come from like all kinds of other churches to see her, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, nobody approaches me like that, really. I'm not saying it can't happen, but let me see. One told me I was going to be a flight attendant when I was working at Disney. I didn't believe her. That was just for you. At the same time, though, what also could have, this is a different perspective, she seeded you. In that moment, with just a stranger kind of coming up and being like, hey, you know what, do you mind? I'm sorry, but I have something like I got to tell you and all this stuff like that. It kind of is, it's out of the norm, right? It's going to break your patterns. out. It's gonna break state, what they call breaking whatever state of being you were in. You were just kind of in your own head at work at Disney, and all of a sudden this person comes up, and they say that they could have got a glimpse of whatever timeline that you're more probable to go down. Like, you're going down this one. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes what will happen is they'll say something to you, and while you're kind of in that, like, you're kind of taken aback that this person's just approaching you, telling you shit, right? So you're already kind of like, then you got another part of your mind that's like, wait a minute, kind of trying to gauge, is this person like for real, or like what's really going on here, you know? So you got all kinds of things, and while all this is happening up here, and they seed you, SEED, right? They put a seed in there, boom, hey, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be this. If it gets in there and it germinates right, like, it's gonna grow, it's gonna show fruit, it's gonna materialize, you know? Oh, job in Texas. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's like maybe that is something that you really needed to hear at that time, you know? And in that particular way, in that specific way, you know? Like Angie was just saying, because that's just true. Like, whatever, you're going to get the message. You're going to get it. However you needs to get it. I remember my pastor when I was already like leaving, because I was like appointed to be like the head of the music ministry part. I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. And I didn't know what I didn't know. I just felt like this ain't it for me. And I don't know what is, but I know this ain't. And so she was like, and this was just me and her in the church. This is like in the middle of I think I had went by the church there like after work, you know, and I was, you know, so it was like early afternoon, like 2, 3. And she looked me dead in my eyes and says, basically, like, if you leave here, you're not doing the Lord's will, and anything you do will fail. And, you know, whatever I'm trying to remember how the fuck she said it, but she basically cursed me, is what she did. You know, I forgot all about that until years later. And I was doing some hypnotic regression work. And I totally forgot about that whole day, that whole conversation, that whole everything. And then that shit came up. Boom. And at the time, even though I wasn't fond of definitely the church anymore or any of that, I had seen enough things to be like, well, fuck, this bitch is the real deal. So like, I had that ism schism in my head because she had like an air of authority as far as I was concerned. I mean, she read my mail a few times, so I was like, shit, I'm a believer. Like, this bitch is on point, you know? So I figured if this and this and this is true, then that must be true. So she like used that shit against me, though. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, is that what it is? She was like, yeah, like that. Have a good life. I'm still leaving. Yeah, that's a fucking curse. She said, what, any money that you make will slip through your fingers. And she even used her finger. I'm like, wow, really? Okay. Well, peace. Yeah. The rip, actually, for me, the rip actually started because I love, and of course, if you're in the church, they're going to try and have you thinking that the only kind of music that you can fucking do is gospel. And I'm like, look, like, motherfucker, I'm an artist. Not everything I talk about is going to be Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You know, I go through shit. I'm up, I'm down. Like, I go through shit. I should be able to express that too. You know, it's not always going to be fucking licking some Sky Daddy's balls. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It's very wild. But yeah. And you know, that was like, it took me a while to like break that fucking spell. You know, I didn't even know that shit was in my subconscious and all that stuff. I didn't know that shit was still there, that it was still like an app or like a program that was running in the background. Want to believe it? I was like resisting it at the time. After she told me that, it like stayed in my head for like, I don't know how many days, you know, to the point where I'm like, literally, I'm thinking like, fuck, I'm doomed because this bitch said so. And prior, like, pretty much a lot of the shit the bitch said, like, I ain't seen the bitch miss, really. So like, I'm fucked. That's what I was thinking, you know. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, but I was like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if every dollar I get ever slips through my hand. I'm still the fuck out of here. I can't be here. I just know that. Like, I can't even breathe in here. Like, I got to get out of here. Like, my soul was just not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? It does. It really does. And then, like, I was even married. I was young as fuck. I was like, what, 20? I was like 21. Married already. And my ex-wife was like, always like, that was part of the split, besides just being fucking married at I ain't got no business being married at 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know your ass from a hole in the ground at that age. Fuck. You know? But yeah, that also helped to the whole split thing. You know what I'm saying? And then afterwards, I tried like, I just was looking around, like, because I'm like, there's got to be something else besides this shit. So I started looking into like Islam. I actually did my shahad and all that, but I'm like, this is like another fucking religion. I'm like, I'm back into the I'm frying pan in the oven. No. I'm not trading one fucking uniform for another, you know? Fuck that. But yeah, it could be rough, man. I can see why, besides all the shit that happens in the industry, and all the spiritual shit and all the extortion and all the drugging and all the blackmail and murder and all the other shit that happens in the industry, music industry in particular, I also know why a lot of them really get fucked up, because a lot of them came out of the church and they never got over that. Like, I'm living in sin. Like, I know I'm fucking up. I know I'm fucking up. I know I'm not living right. And if you know that you're not living right, it does something to you. I don't care how much money you might have or whatever, it does something to you. When you become free, it's hard to get back. It's impossible for me. Yeah, I totally concur with you on that. Like, it's not even an option. It's not even an option. It's not even an option. So after, yeah, when I did my shahad and all that, like, I was just like, what am I doing? You know, you're not gonna do this shit. I mean, there are things about Islam that I do admire and I do like, you know, but any type of religion, anything that has you looking outside of yourself is a no-go for me. It's a no-fly zone. Period. Yeah, for real. Because I hear about, like, you ain't lying, when, like, Marvin Gaye, you hear about all these, they were tortured, right? Well, now it comes out that they was for Team Rainbow and shit, but, like, that was probably fucking with them too, especially back then, you know, because it definitely wasn't nowhere close to as acceptable as it is today, you know. So there was probably a lot to do with that too, you know, but you just, the whole thing, and it's like, in a way, it's like they kind of self-sabotage themselves into whatever their fate was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you're not living right, if you're not living according to your truest, your innermost values, you're not going to win. I don't care what, who, what, when, where, you're not going to win. You can't win. You cannot win. Because in that case, you're like a house divided. You are a house divided. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think I'm finna pack it up here. So last call. Anyone else? If there's anyone else who would like a one card fortune tell, a glimpse of your near future, absolutely free. Put a hand emoji in the chat. If you have a specific question that you want a fortune tell about, a specific area, specific circumstance, situation, person, whatever, want to follow this shit, right, y'all? Hey, I expect you to come back. So I need some updates from you, okay? You can only go if you promise that you're gonna give some updates the next time I catch you or you catch me. Do we got a deal? Take care, Angie. Good talking with you. All right, you do that. You do that. I ain't even seen you on IG, Si. Like, honestly, like, I think I might have seen, like, I don't know, because I know you don't really, yeah, like, I haven't seen, like, really, I'm thinking maybe I've seen, like, one of your stories up there. But other than that, I don't know. I ain't seen much from you. Yes, you will, Angie. You certainly will. All right, good night to my goddesses. Larkeisha, hey, fuck you. You had your chance, okay? If you didn't bust your nut by now, Larkeisha. But go ahead, take one more shot, okay? Etch this in your mind as you're fiddling the skittle. You're lurking. So you're being a Larkeisha on IG side. Clutch my pearls. All right, mommy. Be safe. Safe travels to you. Once again, congratulations there, Angie. Big ups to you. And we're out of here.